Hey guys, and welcome back to Pixel Cherry Ninja's channel. So this is Jotego's latest Patreon release. It's available for the MiSTer Analogue Pocket and other supported FPGA platforms. So this is the final round, also known as Hard Puncher. It's a boxing game and it's not actually bad. You kind of allocate your stats. I think it's power, speed and stamina. So you kind of go into the fights. There is an element of strategy in there. I was able to get off some good punches and avoid some. Wasn't using the block button so much, but this is a fun game. But as we're getting a few games on the MiSTer Analogue Pocket and other supported FPGAs, I thought why not have a look at the rest of the games on the system. There's not really that many. There's 5 in total. If there is more, then let me know in the comments, because sometimes when I'm researching this stuff online, the information can be a little sketchy. I've had it where I've had additional games show up on arcade systems, and I've had like games missing from there, but at least I could find 5, and we're going to have a look at all 5 of them. So this here is the final round, and the footage you're seeing is actually captured on the MiSTer. I captured this on the MiSTer earlier, and like while I did, I had fun playing it. So this is one of the games available on FPGA. We'll now move on to the second game, which is also available on FPGA platforms, and then we'll have a look at the 3 that aren't currently available. Okay, next up, let's have a look at MIA, which stands for Missing in Action, also known as Green Beret 2. So this is the version running on the Analogue Pocket, so it's available for the MiSTer and the Analogue Pocket. So both of these games that you saw so far are only available to Jotego Patreon subscribers at the moment, because they are in beta. They will be available to the public soon. Note one thing in here: once this guy stops, he freezes in his animation. So when he goes to attack and he's got one leg up, or he's kind of holding like his knee up, it just stays there, and it looks really good. And to talk a little bit about the Konami Twin 16 hardware, the main CPU is 2 times the 68,000, which I think is a Motorola 68,000. Do let me know in the comments if I'm right or wrong about that. Always appreciate your feedback. And they're both running at 10 megahertz. The sound CPU is a Z80, and the sound chips are the Yamaha 2151 plus the 3012, and then we've got the UPD 775C, and also a custom chip from Konami themselves. But this game's kind of fun. It's difficult, guys. It's brutal. One hit and you're dead. You're climbing up a ladder, a guy clips your toe, you die. It doesn't matter if you've got a knife and a rocket launcher, you just die. You just die at the smallest touch. And that there was a plane. The plane just took me out. Okay, so the rest of the games now are via emulation. I'm playing these on RetroArch with the Final Burn Neocore. So this game here is called Kubrick. It's a puzzle game, and guys, I suck at puzzle games. Well, I suck at most puzzle games. I'm not bad at Tetris, not exactly like World Championship standard, but hey, I like Tetris, I can play it. But this is like one of those, you know, usually you have these kind of toys, you know, where you move the blocks and you make the picture. Well, in this one, there's a moving thing and there's a time limit. I just had a quick play at it. I couldn't quite figure it out, and this game isn't for me. Let me know in the comments below if you played this in the arcade. I mean, I wouldn't understand when you can play a game in the arcade where you can shoot and beat things up. Why would you play this? But hey, I get it. Some people like puzzle games in the arcade. I never really played puzzle games in the arcade. There's something I really got introduced to really from the Game Boy DMG when I first got into Tetris, and then I played a few different ones over the years. But hey, I can't get on with this game. Let me know if there's any tips or anything for it. But yeah, I just couldn't do it. But this is a game on the Konami Twin 16 hardware, and it's called Kubrick. Okay, next up, guys, let's look at Dark Adventure, also known as Devil World, and I guess the Japanese name Maju no Okoku. I probably butchered that, but it reminds me of like Indiana Jones, and what's that first one? Oh, I can't remember the name now. Definitely not The Last Crusade. Oh, I can't even remember it. Let me know in the comments below what it was called. I can't. Raiders of the Lost Ark. Was it Raiders of the Lost Ark? It must be. Yeah, the one before Temple of Doom. That intro reminds me of that. And when I got into the game, it looks like I'm a female character. I'm going around with a sword beating up some weird monsters, and that big one looks pretty cool. But hey, again, this game isn't really much for me. It's like Gauntlet, but it just feels like it's gonna guzzle up your money. I don't know. I can't see myself hitting all the enemies in here without being hit. But if you did play this in the arcade, if there's some kind of strategy to it, I mean, I would say that it's impossible to 1cc this game. But when I watch videos on YouTube, people seem to want to see a lot of stuff. So, but it definitely feels like a difficult game. Maybe it's fun just to kind of brute force your way through it. And it looks like you can play it 3 players, because hey, even on 1 player, I can see 2 insert coin signs up there. So maybe playing this multiplayer might be fun to kind of go through. But this is another game on the system that hopefully we can enjoy on the MiSTer in our future, because usually when one system is being done, especially when someone like Jotego does it, he ends up bringing the rest of the games onto the system. So maybe we can expect this in the future. Again, this is all kind of like speculation, but hey, you know, we've got 2 games out of the 5. But anyway, let's have a look at the final game now, which in my opinion is really the best game on this hardware. Okay guys, let's have a look at the last game on the system, and definitely my favorite game on the system. So this is Gradius 2. I'm a big fan of these horizontal shmups, be it Gradius, Parodius. Now it's a bit late, and guys, honestly, I remember myself being better at this game, but I have been playing the later revisions. Now, one thing I'm going to have to do in the MiSTer is I'm going to have to map 2 buttons as the same, because hey, I want my missile button and my fire button to be the same. I don't want to be smashing 2 buttons. I mean, I could just turn on auto fire and hold it down, but I don't mind spamming the button, but I hate spamming 2 buttons, 1 for missile, 1 for fire. But hopefully I can get around that. But if you want to play this the way it was meant to be played originally in the arcade, it's 3 buttons. You've got a fire button, you've got a missile button, and you've got a select your power up button. There's no auto mode in this, and I always like the manual way of picking up your power ups. I don't like it when a computer gives you your power ups. But guys, this is Gradius 2. It's fantastic, and this is something I think Jotego's working in conjunction with another developer, Ulf Skutnabba, someone that's working on it on some capacity. I've spoken to him before, I've covered him on the channel before, so it'll be absolutely awesome getting Gradius 2 and the other games, so we get all the games on the Konami Twin 16 hardware. Anyway, that kind of wraps it up for the video. Do let me know what your favorite game on this system is. Do you agree with me? Do you think it's Gradius 2, or do you like one of the other games? I mean, you know, different strokes for different folks. But that's really it for this video, guys. Really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, a subscription and a like is super appreciated. Take care of yourself, take care of each other. This is Pixel Cherry Ninja out.